guys, this is Mike Sewell. I'll make a short little video, just an observation. Whenever I look at sports, you know what I'm saying, I've noticed a pattern in myself. I've always admired, I guess, like the risk guys, you know, the all or nothing individuals, the knockout artists in boxing, the sluggers, the home run hitters in baseball, and basketball always like the three-point shooters, where one night they can go 0 for 6 from downtown, and then one night they can hit 8, 9 three-pointers. You know, I've always, you know, liked those type of performances, been drawn to those type of guys, but I want to talk about Ray Allen, man. I don't know what's gotten into Ray Allen this year, man, but you can see that this guy has an incredible work ethic, man. There's no luck, and I don't usually live in the moment when I talk about people, because there's only been 8 games. This guy can go into a huge slump, but I noticed the pattern from last year, and looking at his numbers now, and last year he shot a career high 44%, and that was his 6th career season over 40%, and this year, even though it's just 8 games, and I think the season is only 1/8 completed. But still, it's impressive. You know, the guy's shooting, I think including today's game right now, at the halftime with the Bulls, including today, he's shooting 29 to 46 from downtown, which is incredible, 63%. He's shooting about 56% from the field. This is a guy who's a jump shooter. That his field goal percentage this season is pretty equivalent to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's career field goal percentage. So, you know, like I said, there's only 8 games though, but it just seems like the guy's becoming, you know, he's improving as he's getting older. Usually, guys, when they get older, they kind of lose some of their lifting their legs, injuries take a toll, and a lot of times some of these guys that are outside shooting becomes effective. But, you know, like, I'm no expert. My opinion doesn't matter more than the next guy's. But, you know, me personally, when Reggie Miller was an all-time leader, I was reluctant to call him the greatest three-point shooter ever, because I'm very particular about certain thresholds, and I've always considered guys who shot over 40% as the upper echelon three-point shooters. Reggie was close to 40%, but I think he's 39.5% for his career, which is pretty much 40%. But I look at the fact that Reggie played in an era where the three-point shot was becoming more and more a weapon, and I still think that if Dale Ellis played, if Dale Ellis debuted a decade later, he probably would have made just as many, if not more, three-pointers than Reggie Miller. At least just as many. Different variables come to mind, injuries and whatnot, but his rate of three-point attempts were lower than Reggie's, so I can't, it's kind of iffy. I don't want to say someone's a better three-point shooter, like Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker had some seasons where he took 7 three-pointers, 8 three-pointers a game, but if he's only shooting 29, 30%, 32%, and another guy's only taking 4, but he's making 40%, because Antoine Kemba Walker has more three-pointers made doesn't make him a better three-point shooter. So I've always kind of took the amount of three-pointers made and I put it into perspective. But with Ray Allen, I think I'm gonna go ahead. I see that he's now exceeded the 40% career mark. When I look at the sheer amount of three-pointers that he's taken, and the fact that he's over 40%, I think, in my opinion, I'm gonna have to start calling him the greatest three-point shooter of all time. And before him, I always said pretty much like I really didn't have one person. I always used to say, you know, Glenn Rice, Dale Ellis, Reggie Miller, Johnson Petrovic. Steve Kerr, he has the highest percentage. I don't know if I would call him the greatest three-point shooter. He's up there, even though he has the highest percentage. I don't know about Mark Price. There's other guys. A lot of great shooters, man, and I was reluctant to call Ray Allen the greatest, but my personal opinion,